Hello and welcome to our photo manipulation project. In this project we will turn this image to this one, the art of photo manipulation. To turn this image we have the several other images like this lady with playing the violin and this girl playing with the violin. We have the image of the sea, we have the image of rocks, we have the image of egg, and we have the image of a cloud. And by all of this we will turn as a art of photo manipulation, this like this one. So let's start our work. The main purpose of this project is to show you the power of the selection tool in the Photoshop and the power of the color enhancement inside the Photoshop. So we can turn this with some of this image to a photo manipulation. So let's start our work now. At first we have this layer. We will turn this layer to a editable layer by unlocking this layer. Then let's go to the cloud layer and we select this one by pressing Ctrl or Command A, make a selection, and let's press this move tool and let's drag this one to the image of the sea. And this image is quite larger than the sea, so let's press the Control or Command plus T in order to make a transformation, or you can do it from the edit menu. Go to the edit menu, from there select the free transformation and then you will find this handle in the corner. Let's click, hold it and drag it down in order to scale down the image of the cloud. Let's downsize it more. Let's match it with the cloud side of the sea. And now press OK in order to get it accepted. And let's move it little bit up to see did it match or not. Let's bring it back. And now let's grab this burn tool from the toolbar, select the burn tool, and we will brush over this cloud in order to get it the dark side more darker. Let's brush over this dark cloud. Make sure that your exposure is 50%. Now let's go to the rock image and we have to make a selection. To make a selection, let's use the magic wand tool and let's click in this place in order to get this selection, and it's selected already. So let's go to the select menu and from there select the inverse in order to select only the rocks, and let's press the B key and drag this one to our C7 image and drop it. And the rock is quite larger. Let's take the command or control plus T in order to scale it down. Let's take it more smaller. Okay, now let's press OK in order to get it accepted. To understand our layer well, let's rename the layer so we can work it better. Cloud, then we have the rock layer, and let's select this rock layer, and from the bottom of the layer panel let's press this add layer mask, and now make sure that your foreground color is black. To do this, press D from your keyboard or press this one and then press X then it will change the another direction, and your background color will be white and your foreground color will be black. Now take the brush from the toolbar, and from there select a rough brush and go to the brush preset, and let's increase the spacing, and let's go to the shape dynamics. From there increase the size jitter. Okay, and now let's brush the around this rock, and now let's select the rock layer, and from the bottom of the layer panel select the FX button, and from there let's select the outer glow, and let's now change the opacity to the 80 or 81, and let's get the size to 13, and let's change the range to 60. And now let's go to the inner glow. Let's select the inner glow, and we change the opacity value to the 76, and let's change the size to 16, and let's change the range to 59, and let's click OK in order to accept it. Let's select the rock layer and press the from your keyboard Ctrl or Command T in order to transform this rock layer, and let's go to the option bar, and from there select the wrap transform, and let's take this corner by your mouse and drag it upward, and let's drag it again, let's take this corner and drag it upward again, and let's press OK in order to accept it. And let's make a more copy of this rock. Press Alt or Option key from your keyboard in order to make this copy of the rock. Let's make more one, and let's make our middle one by selecting, keep the auto select on and select this one, and let's press the Ctrl or Command T again in order to make a free transform, and let's decrease the size of this rock and press OK in order to accept it. Let's we put all of this rock within a groove. Press Ctrl or Command key from your keyboard and select all of these three rock and press Ctrl or Command G in order to make it a groove, and double click on the groove and write the rock and press enter in order to accept it. Now let's we put some of the adjustment layer. Let's select the rock, and from the adjustment layer select the color balance, and let's make our cyan value to the 100% and make the yellow value to the 0%, and let's go to the again to shadows and make again the cyan value to 100% and make the yellow value to the -100%, and let's choose the highlight and make the cyan to +100%. And now our images look like the hell is falling down. Now we go to the egg image in order to select this one. So this layer is locked. Let's make it editable by unlocking this layer, and we want to select this, make a selection of this egg. So which tool should we use now? Can you guess? And let's use the elliptical marquee tool. Let's drag a round ball. Let's press the spacebar from the keyboard and we resize this selection. Let's again drag it. Not exactly. Let's again press the spacebar and let's make it little bit upward. And let's again we release the spacebar and drag it down, and let's release. Not exactly, we cannot get the exact selection of this egg shape. So let's press Ctrl or Command D in order to deselect. Let's use the magic wand tool. We select the magic wand tool from the toolbar and let's click outside of the egg, and we have some selection, but it is not as precise as we need. So let's select the quick selection tool and let's brush over this shadow of the egg, since we need only the egg, not the shadow of the egg. And let's brush over it, and we have now a nice selection of the egg. Now let's go to the select menu and from there select inverse in order to select only egg. And since this one we use the quick selection tool and the magic wand tool, it will not give us the finished, the soft edge, so we will use the refine edge in order to get a soft edge of the egg. Let's turn on this one, the smart radius, and let's make it to the 3, and let's increase the smooth to 8 to 10. Let's increase the feather to the 2.1 and press OK. And now go to the edit menu, from there select coffee, and let's go to the our sea of hell, and from the edit menu select paste, and the egg will be pasted in the sea of hell, and press the V from your keyboard to select the egg. Let's press the Ctrl or Command T in order to transform this egg, and let's make it straight and press OK in order to accept it, and keep select the egg layer. Go to the toolbar and select the lasso tool in order to make a raw selection. We will cut this egg, make it around this egg on the top side. Bring the mouse button within the selection and press the right button key from the mouse and select the layer via cut, and we will have now another layer by this eggshell. Now let's select the eggshell, the top side one, and press the backspace or delete key from your keyboard in order to delete that layer, and let's press Alt or Option key from your keyboard in order to copy this eggshell again to make the double eggshell. And now select the right side one of the eggshell, and from the bottom of the layer panel select the add layer mask. And now let's go to the brush toolbox, select the brush, and from there select the size of the brush to around 49 or 50, and make it the 0% hardness and take the size to 49 and make the opacity to 51 and keep your foreground color as a black and brush over this eggshell in order to look like this egg is submerged underwater. Let's brush over again to make sure that this eggshell is look like it's submerged under the water. And do this same with this eggshell as well. Select the add mask tool and get the brush and the size and opacity, and make sure that foreground is the black, and brush over this one also to make sure that this eggshell also look like it's submerged under the water. Okay, and now let's go to the image of the violinist in order to make a selection and bring them to this photo manipulation stage. And let's press the quick selection tool and make sure that it has a add to selection, and make a selection beside this girl. Press the Alt or Option key from your keyboard in order to make a reverse selection. Let's take this one as well. Continue holding the Alt or Option key from your keyboard, and let's release this one, the Alt or Option key, and let's make the selection again. Okay, let's increase the selection. Let's press again Alt or Option key from your keyboard in order to select this stick, and continue drag on this, and we make selection again in this empty space, this one as well, here and here. Press Ctrl or Command G in order to undo this. Let's again press slowly. Again let's press Ctrl or Command G in order to undo this. Let's press the Shift key from your keyboard and again make a selection here in this empty space. Let's again keep holding your Shift key from the keyboard and make a selection here in this empty space underneath her armpit, and let's make sure that your image has been make the perfect selection. Press Alt or Option key to make a nice selection here. Release that one, Alt or Option key. And we have now a quite perfect selection. Now let's go to the select menu. From there select the inverse, and we have to make this smooth edge. So let's go to the select menu. From there select the refine edge, and from there we can select the multiple color in order to make a selection. So we choose the overlay, and let's turn on this smart radius. Let's make the radius to at least 5.5, and let's increase the smooth to 11. Let's increase the feather value to the 3.3, and if in case that some of her hair is not selected, we can select this brush, refine the radius tool, and brush over her hair in order to make it selected. And if we see it is not selected or it is over selected, we can delete that one. Now let's press OK in order to accept it. And now let's go to the edit menu. From there, make it a coffee and go to the our photo manipulation project, and we select the edit menu, and from there we put the paste, and she will be faced on this photo manipulation. Now let's we make a transform in order to put her inside this egg skull. Let's make the control or command plus T, and we scale down her image. Let's scale down more. Yes, and it's now the perfect size. So let's make it okay. And now let's bring this layer of this girl to the beneath of this eggshell layer, beneath of this eggshell layer, so we can see that she is inside this eggshell playing this violin. And we resize some of our layer in order to make a space. Let's we move this eggshell, and let's we move this girl from the right side to left side. Let's we move this one also, the eggshell, and we will put here another violinist. And let's go to the another violinist. We have to make a selection now. Let's we make a selection by the quick selection tool, and let's make a selection, and more we have to make. Yeah, it's perfect. Now let's press the shift key from your keyboard to make the more selection. Let's press the alt or option key in order to make selected this stick. Keep holding the alt or option key from the keyboard. Let's press the shift key from the keyboard. And now let's go to the our select menu. From there select in bars, and again go to the select menu and select a refine edge, and turn on this one smart radius, and from there let's increase the radius to 4.7, and let's increase the size of the smooth. Let's increase the feather value, the contrast, and let's we refine the radius. Let's we brush over her hair, and press OK. And let's we go to the edit menu and make a coffee, and we paste it over this project. Now let's press the control or command T from your keyboard in order to downscale the size of this violinist. Let's decrease the size of the violinist, and make it okay. Now let's we put her inside this eggshell. To put her inside the eggshell, we have to make this layer beneath the eggshell, and she is now inside this eggshell. And now let's we give the more effect to this image, to this manipulation. Let's we select the C image layer, and we go to the adjustment layer and select the color balance. From there, tone is the mid tone, and let's increase the cyan to 100, and let's decrease the yellow to -100, and let's go to the shadows tone, and let's increase the cyan to 100, and let's decrease the yellow value to, no, we will not decrease it now, let's keep it to the middle. And let's decrease the size also, the cyan value a little bit. And this is our photo manipulation project to show you how to work with some of the selection tool and some of the adjustment layer. And I hope that all of you enjoy this project, and a very big thank you to all of you who watch this lecture.